To all you wankers who picked the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, you better cover your hole when you're in jail.
Taylor's rhymes are just a crime.
I am not looking forward to this halftime show. I got to admit, I'm an old white man, and it's not doing it for me.
Yeah, I'm beating Matty C like in my sleep. I just needed that one play, and Matty was done.
Should come as no surprise to any of the five of you that I have no fucking idea what I did last week.
And Manjot on the arsehole end.
I knew this would happen.
That's going to be great on the way back.
Herpes is the love disease.
I don't know what disease I'm giving Taylor then, because he's up next.
It's too good a line, Tay.
I know, too good.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with how it went.
Saquon these nuts.
I was kicking myself. I thought I was so dumb I could throw myself on the ground and miss, but
And you can pick anybody on earth except for Reba McEntire, only because Reba is 68 years old.
We all do remember Brad's Reba takes from last year.
You were into her. You were fucking into her.
Reba is a hottie. Don't knock Reba.
I'm a survivor.
Mate. Or Kendrick Lamar. You can't take him.
Yeah, sucked in.
Matty Smith and Matty C and Devontae
And Devontae
Smith.
Connor.
Oh, mate, are we getting any points off of like kick and punt returns at this point?
Oh, see, Angel Lansbury's taken. So,
I'm coming back to Aussie NFL Fantasy next season for sure.
Oh, come on.
I love both my kids equally, but one of them's an absolute shithead.
Under southern skies we roar again. Gridiron warriors feel the strain. From deserts wide to coastal plains, battlegrounds where legends reign. Aussie gridiron pride unchained. Hear the thunder, feel the flame. Touchdowns and tackles ain't no shame in the Aussie gridiron game.
For the Aussie Gridiron Network, this is not the NFL Fantasy Show. It's the AGN Playoff Series, and you've joined us just for the fantasy part. They call me Matty C. And joining me for this Super Bowl edition, well, mate, it's only a long list of Aussie Gridiron royalty. I'm going to introduce you one by one quickly, so say something smart. No pressure. It's Taylor Goodall.
To all you wankers who picked the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, you better cover your hole when you're in jail. Let's go.
Okay. Anyone who could say something smart. Manjot.
Well, last week, they not like us.
Okay, there you go. Ian.
Taylor's rhymes are just a crime.
There you go. It's Nick Cosme.
Yeah, good to be back. At least I'm not last week.
Yeah, there you go. And then it is Brad Cummins. How are you, mate?
hey, doing well. Are we going to get sued for saying Super Bowl, or do we have to come up with our own phrase for it?
Maybe we need to call it the Superb Owl.
There we go.
Speaking of sued, Brad, I mean, I literally just quoted "not like us." So Drake, I apologize. Drake, don't sue us, please.
Super bow.
Superb Owl.
I am not looking forward to this halftime show. I got to admit, I'm an old white man, and it's not doing it for me.
Well, I just want to quickly recap too, because we are on the precipice of giving away some free AGN shit. And while I've been keeping up the group chat about where this is up to, we're down to a spot where there's only 2 people who are in the running who still have a team in the Super Bowl. So, and they've picked opposites. So either one or the other is going to win. They are also not on the same amount of points. So Port Kembla Cutters, who are in our ESPN group, 575 points. And then Mike 97 with 500 points. One of them is going to add 300 to it. The other is not. So one is going to walk away with a cool AGN freaking prize pack. They're going to get a G'day Gridiron shirt. They're going to get a cool sticker for their laptop. They're going to get a cap for the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show. It's going to be fantastic. And they're going to walk away with that. And we're looking forward to giving that away. But this is just the beginning of some stuff we're giving away. We've got a whole bunch more stuff planned for next season where we're going to continue to give away merch packs. And I'm pretty excited we're going to be giving away something to one of those 2. They're the 2 who are in the running. Last week that we got together for fantasy was the championship week, and Mate, I'm old enough to remember it, but it does feel like a long time ago. I want to throw this to Manjot out of the gate because, mate, you had a pretty good week in our fantasy that week. Do you tend to remember much about how you went with the team you picked?
I do remember quite a lot of that team,
do you?
actually. Yeah. So I
It's
remember,
Manjot, of course he does.
I'm struggling, right? Okay. Yeah. First round. Yeah. Of course, Saquon Barkley. It was pretty good. Obviously, pretty good pick. I mean, first play.
Yeah.
After the first play, I was like, yeah, I'm beating Matty C like in my sleep now. I just needed that one play and Matty was done. Yeah. And then I needed the other touchdown so I could beat Taylor. And then, just all the yards so I could beat the rest of you. But apart from Saquon, I mean, Zach Ertz in that game, he was just catching. Like, he could catch, like, anything. He could probably... yeah. He could have caught
herpes. It was amazing.
Yeah. He was catching everything in that. Eagles defense got the turnover that I needed. And who was the other guy? Oh,
Khalil Shakir. Shakira.
Yeah. I thought he was going to get me something more, but it didn't matter in the end. I was happy with him. Great season for him. So well done, Shaquille, on your season, but you didn't do much for me. But even then, the other three guys, you all carried me. Shout out. Beat all these guys. Like, as I said at the top of the show, they're not like us. So let's go.
And I've got to share with you, Shakeamon he might have beaten my entire team. So just 76.2 for you, Manjot. You came in as the second pick. You leave as king of the hill. Well done, mate, in our all-flex championship round draft. Second place, there was a guy who picked fifth and came in with 68.2 points. Tay, do you remember much about your team?
I remember being heaps pissed off that I took Mahomes over Hurts, and then all of a sudden Mahomes actually had a pretty damn good game anyway. So it didn't really matter too much. Then I was stoked to get James Cook on the way back, and then he fucking dominated. So that definitely helped. I didn't have a lot out of that. Eckler was a bit of a bucket of shit. He got me the win in best bets because he got enough catches, but that's probably all he did. And then he fumbled, which really didn't matter for me in best bets, which was great. But it hurt me a little bit in fantasy. But yeah, no, I was pretty happy with the team, honestly, because during the Eagles Commanders game, it looked like I was in big strife, and then sudden I fucking went well in the Chiefs and Bills game. I know I had
Kincaid was your fourth.
Kincaid, that's it. He didn't do much. He had a catch real early, and then I think he got one late. He basically bookended and had a couple of catches, but he didn't really add much. But yeah, it was pretty much just all Mahomes and Cook for me, and it was enough to get me into second place.
Mate, you were celebrating that you didn't have AJ Brown in your team as well, which was it was so handy that you didn't pick him. By the way, you ended up second, so well done, mate. 68.2.
AJ Brown, no frown.
No frown. But someone who did pick AJ Brown, not frowning either. Brad had the number one pick overall. Can't explain it. He took Josh Allen. But do you remember much else about your team last week? Brad, you ended up with 63.5 points. Good enough for a bronze, mate.
Yeah, I thought it went a little bit better than what I was anticipating, just considering who I had on the back end. I think it was Brown, I think, who actually had a decent...
on the back end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Brown on the back end. No Hollywood at the back end, but Brown at the back end,
yeah. So I wasn't too disappointed with it, considering where I went.
I mean, you had Kareem Hunt was your last pick. He rolls up 14 points. AJ Brown and Josh Allen have 21 plus each. So, mate, you're on 65. Your four were probably, in terms of consistency amongst them, probably the most solid in that respect. So, no weak link. Even Hollywood threw up 6.5 points. Nothing to be ashamed about. Nick follows you, and he comes in with 55 points. Nick, you had third overall pick and took Jaden Daniels, who does top your scoring. Do you remember much about your team from there?
I actually had picked third because, in all honesty, the way that when I had set the order, I honestly thought that Manjot was really going to consider taking Jaden Daniels at 2, so I thought there may have been a chance that Saquon falls to 3, but nevertheless, sort of made up for it with actually going with Jake Elliott. So it was good crossover with my first prediction, which was the Eagles will score more than anyone that weekend, which they did. So that helped with extra points as well. And I don't think they kicked any field goals with that as well. So
No, it was all touchdowns with extra points.
All touchdowns, yeah, all touchdowns with extra points. So I think I had the Chiefs' defense and special teams as well. That didn't go down as well because the Bills put up some points. And then I think Xavier Worthy, which was another prediction where I did think that they were going to get him out in space and moving him around, which they did. So, yeah, a few good picks. One not so good, but yeah.
No, look great. Worthy and Daniels, you combine them, they scored the bulk of your points and were looking pretty good. That Xavier Worthy. He's either feast or famine, but you got a feast week. Mate, the next pick in was Isaac, who picked 6th. He got Jalen Hurts only threw up 33 points. So I know Tay was cursing himself for not taking Jalen Hurts and taking Patrick Mahomes, who threw up 30, but Hurts equally effective. Pacheco and De'Ami Brown only threw up 9 between them, but Zane Gonzalez managed to throw in 11 points, and Isaac comes in with 54 points. Ian, you were cursing the sky that you had to pick 7th. And, mate, your first pick was Terry McLaurin. Do you remember much else about your team? Because you rolled up 36 total points. You didn't have a horrible week.
Should come as no surprise to any of the 5 of you that I have no fucking idea what I did last week.
You took the gunshot victim.
Apart from knowing that I blew up about the fact that I felt like I had nobody that I even liked by the time we got to 7th. Yeah, I just don't remember. It's honestly a surprise that you're telling me I picked Terry McLaurin. So it's
Mate, I remember
Matty, can you recap?
And you're like, he's the only guy. It's the way back that I hate. You're like, McLaurin's great that he fell to me, but you're like, I don't care who I get at 8 because they're all shit. And then you took the bulleted one, Brian Robinson. But you know what you did in 13? You took Dallas Goddard, who was your highest fucking scorer. He contributed about half your team's points. And then you took DeAndre Hopkins on the way back, which wasn't so wonderful. He had 1 catch for 11 yards. But, mate, 36 points. You didn't come last. You're like, I'm fucking coming last. You didn't. You didn't come last.
It was a miracle that I didn't come last. I don't know. I don't know a lot of what happened in last week's game. There was a lot of shit that went down in my life on Monday.
It was 2 weeks ago, and your life has thrown you up nothing but fucking curveballs.
Yes, it has. I had to look, mate. In terms of, I didn't get to watch any of the games live, which is very unusual for me on such a day. So I had to try and recap the shows so that I could recap the shows with you guys on that Gridiron side in our recap episode. Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing all week, to be honest. It's been a shit show. So
it's
you know what?
You're here too because you were crook last week.
There's still that was going on the whole time too. So only way's up, Matty. The only way from shit is up.
No, you could be down because I finished behind you, mate. I had 4th pick. Felt very good. I was Matty sandwich for the 3rd straight week. I went and took Travis Kelce with my first pick. He is the worst scorer on my team. Throws up a 3.9. Devonta Smith was my high watermark for players who weren't kickers at 8.5. And both my kickers, Butker and Bass, threw up 9s because we're scoring 2 points for an extra point and then traditional field goal scoring. So I wound up with 30.4. I'm last. Do you know who had the hardest week was Kev? Because he picks from our free agents. He does a scrap team every week. And he picked Noah Gray, Ty Johnson, the Commanders defense, and Olamide Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus scored 8.6. Kev's whole team threw up 9.5. And it's because the Commanders defense threw up a negative. Noah Gray scored 0, and Ty Johnson barely scored over the 2 points that Commanders lost. So poor Kev. Oh my God. I can't wait to see what he throws up in his scrap team in the Super Bowl. So he's the only guy who scored worse than me is because he wasn't in the freaking draft. And because of that, I get to pick the draft order. So fellas, I'll give you a quick recap of the scoreboard because what we did to make sure that Isaac could be involved was we've taken an average of where you land each week. And we're like, how many competition points did you score? And we'll average that across the weeks. And then our tiebreaker then will be how many average points have you scored per week. So Brad currently leads the field. Brad, you lead the field.
Hey, I'll take it. You know,
yeah.
I'd rather be consistent.
7 points per week.
There you go.
There you go. 79.3 fantasy points. Manjot has you tied on score, though, so you have to make sure you fend him off this week. 75.8. He's nipping at your heels in terms of fantasy points per week. Taylor in 3rd at 4.33 competition points. 72.7 fantasy points per week. So you three are definitely the highest scorers in terms of aggregate because that averages out. Ian in 4th. Mate, did you think you were 4th? 3 fantasy points per week, 66.62 fantasy score.
Oh, 4th, I don't know. Yeah, not bad.
Not bad, not bad.
I had an amazing first week, and then I'm in fourth. Look at how it's just.
Hey, that's a plastic medal. You don't get gold, you don't get silver, you don't get bronze, but you don't get the wooden spoon. So yeah, you're doing okay.
Yeah, I suppose.
Nick in at fifth, and you've got 60.7 fantasy points per week at 3 competition points. So you're tied with Ian in terms of competition points. I'm actually last in competition points of the guys who've played every week, but I've got 61.5 fantasy points per week. So I'm in the scoring range of Nick, but I haven't scored as well in terms of how many points I've won in competition. And then Isaac, because he's only played the 1 week, he scored 2 points. I scored 0 points last week, which is why I took it in the neck. And Isaac's not playing this week. So he's 54.4 stands. And all of us, if any of us can score more than 50 points this week, I'm going to be fucking surprised. Because, Tay, how is this going to work? Tell us how we have to draft before I pick this damn draft order. And this will very much inform how I'm going to pick who goes where.
Well, Matty, first we're all going to shit in our head and then we're going to throw it against a wall. That's pretty much what's going to happen. But
shit and clap.
Yeah, here we go.
Do a Viking clap and see what happens. But in the end, we're basically going to do the same as what we did last week, but over 3 rounds instead of 4, because God knows what would happen if we went for a 4th round. But we're going to get 3 players each. And like I said, we're going to go 1 to 6. So in whatever draft order you pick, then it's going to go 6 to 1, then 6 to 1 again. So again, if you're going to go early in the first round, you're basically going to cop it in the next 2 rounds. So it really gives a bit more draft strategy to it. So yeah, we're going to be picking some absolute ass clowns. It's going to be great.
Okay. The other curly thing we have to add in there, it is standard sleeper scoring, except kickers, we're going to score an extra point will be worth 2. All their other kicks will be worth whatever they're usually worth. Defenses are in play. No defensive players. It'll just be quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, kickers, defenses. But you can pick anyone, any time. 3 rounds, and you got the first pick.
Oh, hey. Hey.
Second pick.
Pity party.
Taylor.
Oh,
Tay-Tay, let's go.
That's going to be great on the way back.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Third pick, Nikolaki.
Are you going to put yourself in the middle again?
Yeah, Matty C4. So, where do you think this lands? I've got Brad and Manjot left. Ian, who do you think I'm putting before the other?
I would put Brad next.
Yeah, I did. And Manjot on the arsehole end.
Yeah,
I knew this would happen. I knew it because this dude, he's coming last place. He's sitting me come first place. He was going to put me like down there. I know Brad's beating me on tiebreaker, just saying. But like, I'm equal in terms of points there. Just
That's why you guys are down the arsehole end. I need to see you work for it. I need to see who scraps the most. This is like a battle in the Riverside Plaza car park for those who are from Caribou. Okay, so look, without further ado, we're going to do the fantasy draft, and then before we wrap up, I've got 6 lines that I want us to all pick from to do with Super Bowl nonsense. But, you know, I actually think because there's only 2 teams active, this is going to be relatively quick. And in goes the chime. Ian, you're on the clock. Who are you taking 101 in the Super Bowl fantasy draft?
Yeah. Couple of amazing players there right at the top. Who's going to score the most amount of points? I'm going to take Jalen Hurts. Can score touchdowns, can rush, can pass. That's I think that's going to be the most amount of points. It's honestly the only other option. Really, it wasn't going to be Mahomes for me there, but it was only going to be maybe Saquon. But I think we talked about it. I think we talked about it on the last show, didn't we? The fact that it's could possibly very well be. I don't know, maybe it was pre-game. Saquon 98-yard runs to the 2-yard line, and then Jalen Hurts gets a tush push.
We've talked about it in so many spheres. I imagine we've talked about it everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Everyone knows it's going to happen, so it's Jalen Hurts, number 1 overall.
I just think that makes this the simple pick, right? Do you feel like a genius, or do you kind of feel like you've just, picked a ball?
I felt like you gave me something, Matty, and not herpes.
Well, it's because I love you, mate. That's why. It's because I love you.
Well, the herpes is the love disease.
Well, I don't know what disease I'm giving Taylor then, because he's up next. You're in, Tay. What do you got?
Barclayitis. Thank you. Saquon.
Any reason why?
Yes. Let's have a detailed reason as to why. I'm running back one of the things. Not going to take them. I would have taken Hurts if he had left him. So I would have taken I had Saquon first on my list. So I was happy he dropped, but I would have taken either Saquon or Hurts. So
there you go.
I'll take the one that dropped to me.
Saquon these nuts. So, I mean, that's as chalky as it gets, Nick. You've got Hurts and Saquon out of your face, but you think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Well, so did Ian. But, mate, this is fantasy. This is fantasy. NFL results be damned. This is a statistical-driven thing. Who do you think is left that is going to score the most fantasy points for you?
Yep, and it will also be the Super Bowl MVP on the day, Patrick Mahomes.
Do I ask why?
No, I don't think we really did.
Why he'll win MVP? While he'll be MVP, or while he'll... Well, I think there's potentially a chance that he also gets in. I think he probably throws for a couple. There's definitely one for Kelsey in there, and then I think either one to Worthy or maybe even Hopkins as well. But I think he also has the chance to be able to rush for one. He does usually tend to rush a lot in the playoffs, so there's definitely going to be some chances for him when plays break down to be able to get out and run. So, yeah, definitely a chance for some extra points with rushing it too.
I heard someone try to take him over 5.5 rushing attempts, but anyway.
Yeah, tried to. So the sports bet denied it, unfortunately. It's too good a line, Tay.
I know, too good.
Okay. Well, look, you've left me heavily divided because 1, 2, 3, I thought were chalk, and I thought, well, if one of you takes somebody who's my 4 or 5, I'll be pretty happy. And now my 4 or 5 is a problem. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the well-read one, and I'm going to take AJ Brown. And I think he's just more likely to be able to body his way in for a touchdown. I think he's the first place the ball's going when it's not on the ground for the Eagles. So I'm just going to take that for the team who win the game, is that they go to the guy who's the biggest dog.
Bookworm Brown.
The dog.
Mate, Brad, the man who's up, you're at the 5th pick, young Bradley's son, and you can pick anybody on earth except for Reba McEntire, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes, and AJ Brown. Only because Reba is 68 years old.
We all do remember Brad's Reba takes from last year.
You were into her. You were fucking into her.
Reba is a hottie. Don't knock Reba.
I'm a survivor.
Mate, I know you're into her.
Don't knock the
Bit of a
Reba.
biscuit, yeah? She's a bit of a biscuit.
No
She's a-
Reba
she's a-
slander will be allowed.
She's a gilf.
Oh, jeez. Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
Well, to Brad, it's a milk. It's relative. Like, I'm in my 40s too, so it's really just a mum.
There we go. See,
Sorry, Brad.
that's all right.
What am
Okay, I think. Gosh, I've got crap. Okay, that's just.
This is like Ian last week.
No one's allowed to. You can't
We're
read
only
like
in the
I
first
read.
round.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was a clear 5. That's all.
It's gonna get a lot worse very soon.
yeah, it is. All right, I got to do it. I'm taking Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I thought he was a clear 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Reba McEntire to Brad. Okay.
Ginger jersey, ginger hair. When Manjot comes up with a double pick, you can pick anyone who's not Hurts, Saquon, Mahomes, Brown, Worthy, or Kendrick Lamar. You can't take him.
Yeah, sucked in.
Yeah. Yeah. As you know, I love guys named Lamar, but sadly, my boy Lamar doesn't make Super Bowls.
That's fact.
That being said,
No, he likes
one
to
guy-
be free.
Took a shot at his boy.
Yeah. So sorry, Lamar. Might have to rescind. You guys will see on the Page Performance Show anyway. If
I
you
love
guys
both my
want
kids
that.
equally, but one of them's an absolute shithead. Like it's-
Stevie hates Lamar.
Some are more equal than others.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
man. Go. What do you got?
Yeah.
Good
Well,
Orwellian.
the punchline here was one guy who knows Super Bowls quite well, Travis Kelce. I'm going to take him.
Oh, nice
in the
pick.
first
Nice
round.
pick.
Yeah.
Nice pick.
No, you fucking take the curse. He scored me 3 points last week. Fuck that guy.
Him and Noah Gray blocking everything that came to him, and he's getting 3 points.
They scored 4 points between them because Kelsey scored all of that. It's just... I hope I'm wrong, Manjot. I hope I'm wrong.
No, Manjot will be right. Kelsey's getting a
reckon?
touchdown. He'll get a touchdown in this Super Bowl because it will be his last one.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think this is the hurrah?
Yeah, this man retires and then he flies the world with Tay-Tay. Just like every concert, he'll be on stage with her like every night now. That's his life. He'll be living off his millions and then Taylor's millions. Like, here we go. Taylor's billions.
Manjot, you buying that?
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the script. Yeah, I think they can look with the three-peat script. They have to have Kelsey propose to Taylor Swift as well. Like, there's got to be something going on. There's got to be a lot more going on post there.
Could you imagine?
Travis Swift?
That does happen.
Like it's
fucking hell.
Oh,
Look, if it happens,
Mama Kelsey her mind is gonna blow. Like.
the internet
100%
would
when that
melt.
Kardashian married that dude from Minnesota, the basketball. Like, it's... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Okay, so Kelsey's locked in. The second round is reverse. Manjot, you're still on the clock. Now we're running backwards. You get to pick the 7th available player.
Yeah, and this one was interesting. I was looking at a few guys here, but I'm going to go with the guy that reminds me most of my favorite commentary partner in the whole world, Matty C. That's Devontae Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Because he and I, you can't tell us apart. We stand next to each other. We are almost identical in every way.
I mean, Matty, there is a
In every way?
And they turn sideways and they disappear.
I think that's most of how.
Fuck it.
Matty, there is a guy in the draft this year that's like that weighs as much as you, even like weighs less than Devontae, but weighs as much as you.
Matty C and Devontae. Matty C and Devontae.
I would have to
Smith,
strap concrete to my legs to hit 160 pounds, mate.
No, mate. Matty Smith and Devontae. Matty C and Devontae.
And Devontae
Smith,
Connor.
The Devontae Connor. Yeah, that's right. The top deck of
There
the
isn't
NFL.
a Devontae in my family tree. Let's get him in there.
Just the top deck over here.
Couple of John Connors, a couple of Sarah Connors, no Devontae Connors. Funny about that. So Roseanne, there's a Dan, there's heaps of Darlene.
You can't find one, Matty?
There's heaps, mate. There's no Devontaes in there, apparently. Get him in there.
Oh.
Bradley, you can't have Kelsey, you can't have Devonta Smith. You've already got Xavier Worthy, but you also can't have AJ Brown, Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, or Jalen Hurts. What are you doing? Second pick, second round.
Yeah, this to me is the easy one. I think this is where the table falls off after this one. So I am taking the other tight end, Dallas Goedert.
I actually thought Manjot was going to double up and go tight end.
Oh,
I
was thinking,
said if Matty would have I actually had that written down. If Matty would have put me at the arsehole end, like you did last week, I would have gone double tight end for sure.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it, but then I just didn't want to risk it because with tight ends, it's iffy all the time. So,
I mean, Tate, you could also go on Dallas Goedert and then Grant Cacatera as well.
Oh, the double. Hey, don't talk about my later picks. I'm near the end.
no, with Gray and Calcaterra at the end, just saying.
Just that's right.
I can't believe that Manjot didn't go Kelsey and Gray.
The classic tight end stack. Anyway.
He might take Gray in the third round. We'll come back to Manjot.
I might need Gray and Calcaterra. Way off.
It's actually possible.
Mine is Saquon for 80.
I'm going to give you your chance because I'm not taking either. I'm going to take
Harrison Butker.
having had AJ Brown in my first round. I'm going to go and take my my anytime touchdown scorer and get a bit of Kareem Hunt up me.
Get some Hunt in the Hunt.
Yeah, in a word that rhymes with Hunt.
I tried to rhyme something. I'm not Taylor. Sorry.
Oh, not many of us are.
Like jogging on. I'm just going to throw it straight to Nick while I laugh outrageously at that. Nick, you've got Patrick Mahomes. Who are you taking as fourth pick in the second round?
We're going to introduce special teams. So I'm actually going to take someone else who's very good in the playoffs and particularly Super Bowls, Harrison Butker.
I love this pick. That was where I'm between those two. And I'm like, well, one's scoring a touchdown. A 50-yard field goal is almost that good. I'll still take Hunt. So nice pick. I endorse that pick. Nick with Mahomes and Butker, he either scores the touchdowns and the extra point or he kicks the field goal. It is a strategy. It is a strategy. You can do that and it comes off. Hey, what do you pair with Saquon these nuts?
I'll take Elliott, the other kicker, because even though he's probably going to miss every field goal he goes for, he should get a few extra points for 2 points. So that's good enough for me in the fucking second round of this dog shit draft.
Mm.
And I've got them scoring 33 points. I like the Eagles to win.
That's a lot of field goals. That's a lot of field goals.
Oh, just a lot of extra points. I don't trust him at all. I'm hoping his field goals are from like 25 yards out.
Yeah, just when the tush push doesn't work, which never happens. Shoot. Okay, so Saquon and Elliott. Ian, you're up here to finish the second round. You've got Jalen Hurts. We think he is super likely to be the highest scoring player. But now on the way back, what do? You pair this
we go Manjot after me, don't we?
Yep.
And it's whole defense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess when you're looking at defense, really you get rewarded for turnovers and defensive touchdowns. That restricting points and restricting yards are not the way to think about defensive fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to work on turnovers and likelihood of a defensive touchdown.
Oh boy, I don't know if I want to go a defense or if I want to pick some backup. There's some backup wide receivers in here we haven't gone through yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, your score 24-30. Defense is scoring 0 for points allowed, and given how many points that is, they're probably also scoring 0 for yards allowed. So now you need to absolutely rely on the points coming from those other events.
You know what? I'm going to go the other Brown, Matty.
Hollywood.
I'm going Hollywood.
As a second receiver on the Chiefs that isn't Kelsey, it's Worthy and Hollywood. They're the guys in wide receiver numbers. Wooshka, Hurts and Hollywood. It means that for the third round now, we hit, instead of just snaking it, we do the old typewriter. We go back to the start of the line again, and we
ding.
Manjot. There is a bing sound. How satisfying was that, by the way? Anyone who's seen Murder, She Wrote recently, how fun's that watching Jessica Fletcher that and bing?
Hey, Angela Lansbury is hot.
she's a fucking minx. Oh, my God.
Oh, Matty. Oh, double Brad drop. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Send those clips to Ian. It's over.
She's a minx, mate. 100%.
You love Reba, mate.
Yes.
Like, Matty really loves Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
This has come up before. He's got a big thing for Angela Lansbury.
I'm down with Lansbury.
Oh,
Yeah.
who isn't?
Matty loves a cardigan and a big old brain. That's what it all is.
Come here. Give me all of it. Get in my nest. Manjot. A nice way to segue to you. Manjot wants a wife. Is up.
Oh no.
To start this round. And that is going to be our off-season show, by the way. Is we're going to be spending the next 3 months trying to hunt down a wife for Manjot. So stay tuned on the Aussie Gridiron Network.
Manjot at first sight.
Oh, that might be the better name there, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know,
at first sight.
That might actually be the better name there.
The 5 months going to find you a top bird, by the way. Mwah, top bird. By the way, you've got Kelsey and Devonta Smith. No pressure.
Yeah, and so I've just had a mind blank. Who has been taken at this point?
You can't take
Matty.
Dallas Goedert, Kareem Hunt, Harrison Butker, Jake Elliott, Hollywood Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes, AJ Brown, or Xavier Worthy. You're sitting on Kelsey and Devonta Smith. Have at it.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Oh goodness, yeah. It's oh man. There's a lot. Yeah.
Take Angela Lansbury. She's fine, mate. She's
You know what, Mitch? I think there's still a few there that can score some points.
Yeah.
I don't hate this as much as I hated last week, to be honest.
Did I pick this order wrong, Ian?
It's all right. Last week was harder. It was 4 rounds, not 3 rounds. Like this.
I would have given you a rant if you'd still put me 6th, Matty. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was never doing that.
I would have given you. I would have given great content. That's all I would have guaranteed.
I'm a dickhead. I'm not an arsehole. There's the difference.
I should have gone full rant shot on this guy. If you guys remember,
we haven't broke out rant shot in a long time, mate.
Oh man, yeah. I think it just became. Yeah. Well,
let's go,
Matty.
Manjot.
I'm just kidding, Matty. You're my boy. Yeah. Before Matty starts beating me up. Yeah. In terms of where we're at right now with the draft, oh man, there has to be a Super Bowl out of nowhere sort of guy that just comes into the game. We don't know who the fuck he is, and then he just turns up.
He comes to the game. It's Brad Cummins.
Yeah.
Not Brad Cummins?
Oh.
Who did you take, Manjot?
I don't think he's taken anyone yet.
Oh man, I haven't taken anyone. I'm just
Brad
like,
Cummins.
oh man.
Pat Cummins. 5, 4, 3,
I'm going to
1.
shoot myself in the balls up. No, just kidding. I'm going to take. Fuck it, I'm taking Juju. Fuck it.
What an anticlimactic.
No doubt.
We broke him.
I was waiting for the most obscure name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I kind of felt like that wasn't. Like, it was like...
Oh, shit.
Juju was hanging out there as the most obvious name to take.
Was it actually? No, I thought this was like. No, I didn't think Juju.
Oh, we broke him so much he's gone into a high register, Matty.
He's gone. Yeah, he said pitch up.
Yeah, I just fucking didn't
We
know.
squeezed his nuts.
I guess Juju had like a good game against the Eagles last time, so I don't fucking know what analysis to give. Next person,
He had a
please.
58%. He had a 58% snap count in that game against the Bills. That's what I found interesting. He was actually more than half the snaps, so I thought he'd be as good as anyone in this round.
I mean, okay. I can't make worse decisions than Nico Harrison this week. Sorry, Tag. Rest in peace.
Boom, boom.
You can't kill what's already dead.
Yeah.
Angela Lansbury, eat your heart out. Okay, so Brad, at least Reba's still alive and kicking. So is Worthy and got it. What do you do here? It's the third round. There's 11 players, or 13 players already gone. Juju, Devonta, and Kelsey is Manjot's team. You've got Worthy and got it. What do you do, mate?
We are scraping the barrel. All right. Let's see. Elliott's gone, right?
Yep.
And Butker?
Yep.
So both kickers are gone. All right. We are scraping.
Defense.
Pacheco.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Just got to do it.
And what's the driver? You just think he's likely to flop over for a touchdown? Where do you think he's scoring anything?
I'm just banking on Hunt getting hurt and Pacheco being able to actually do something. So either that or maybe he'll take some cocaine before the game and get rolling.
Let's get it on. You know, Hunt, actually 3 of the letters of hurt appear in Hunt, so why not? He's 75% hurt all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. He just needs to break something.
Jesus Christ. It really is the barrel.
Probably not his leg.
Yeah, fuck, could you imagine?
Not in Super Bowl, thanks.
I'm taking the Philly defense. Woo! Let's go.
Not bad. That's who I was debating between.
Masturbating.
Masturbating.
I was to Angela Lansbury.
It's been such an Angela Lansbury heavy podcast, and I have no idea why, but I'm down with it. Fuck it, whatever. Nick, hard act to follow. You've got Mahomes, Butker, Angela Lansbury. Yeah, mate. There's only a few players to go. Is there anyone you think can score you anything at all?
Oh, mate, are we getting any points off of like kick and punt returns at this point?
Yeah, taking that ages ago.
No. What about a corn dog? Corn dog. Think corn dog.
Corn dog. Well, that's not a special teams play. All right, what I'll do is, you know what, I'm just embracing the Chiefs. I'm just going for just the Chiefs. You can tell that I'm definitely on the Chiefs this weekend. So I'm going to go for what works with them, which is Patrick Mahomes, good kicker, obviously good coach, and their special teams and defense.
Woo! Chiefs, defense, and special teams. Boom, boom. 2 picks in a row, Philly and Chiefs. Nick, your team is Mahomes, Butker, and the Chiefs defense. It's red, red, red.
If you had told me this last year, I would have, I don't know what I would have done, but probably something bad.
We would have been under the building with one of those like firefighter trampoline things trying to catch you. Tay, I don't know what you're going to do because you've got Saquon and Elliott. You've kind of got the opposite end of it. You're all Eagles. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I did consider going because I kind of couldn't take the Chiefs D, going for the Eagles and then having 2 Eagles players. I'm like, well, I don't really want to go against that and then take the Chiefs D, so I'm kind of glad Nick did that.
Yeah.
If he had taken this guy that I'm going to take now, I would have had to have gone all Eagles, and it would have been someone fucking gross, but it was all because of his snap count last week. That's pretty much what I based all these wankers on. The problem is I'm taking someone with an 18% snap count in their last game, but I just got a feeling because of his name he's going to get used in this game. I'm going to take DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, fair. I hope he does more for you than 1 catch for 11 yards too, because I was hoping for more than that. I had him on my fantasy team half the year in Astro League. Oh my god!
I'm hoping that 1 for 11 is a touchdown in this game. Like he's not playing a lot, so he's going to have to do a lot while he's on.
Titans connection, right? Titans connection. This way you can claim a Titan won a Super Bowl this year.
No, I can't. Fuck him.
Even you aren't drawing that bow. Oh, my God. Ian, you get Mr. Irrelevant. You've got Hurts and Hollywood. Those 2 things actually kind of go together a little bit. What are you going to do to tie this thing up? 3rd round, last pick, 18th asset in this draft.
It's the battle of the backup tight ends, buddy.
Yeah, baby.
That's where we're at. It's Grant Calcaterra or it's Noah Gray. Which one do I go? Because that's where we're going right now.
Oof.
What a shit show. Calcaterra's only going to see the field if Dallas Goedert gets hurt again. I don't think that's that likely. So I'm going to go Noah Gray because he's more likely to see the field when Travis Kelce is just tapped out.
Oh, so Hurts, Hollywood, and Gray for Ian. Taylor's 2nd pick has Saquon, Elliott, and Hopkins. Nick at the 3rd pick has Mahomes, Butker, and the Chiefs defense all red. Matty C has AJ Brown, Kareem Hunt, and the Philly defense. Brad took Xavier Worthy, Dallas Goedert, and Isaiah Pacheco. Manjot had Kelsey, Devonta Smith, and Juju Smith-Poobag. That is the end of our fantasy draft for the week of the Super Bowl. And we've done this every year, and every time someone on that list throws up something you're not expecting, and it just messes the whole thing up. I can't wait to see how that resolves.
If I had to rate this team,
I'm going Hollywood.
How satisfying was that, by the way? Anyone who's seen Murder, She Wrote recently, how fun's that watching Jessica Fletcher?
Angela Lansbury is hot.
And big disrespect there, Matty, to my favorite children's TV show.
I think Lamar Jackson will save me.
Get a bit Kareem Hunt up me.
Get some Hunt in the Hunt.
Take me down to Brown Town.
Take me down to Brown.
Fellas, the last thing I want to do before we disappear, we did all the serious stuff in the Super Bowl football preview show. This is fantasy. This is us talking garbage. And I want to draw you on prop bets. This is something we've done every year on the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show, even way back when with the Astro League Fantasy Football Podcast. And I've got a couple of prop bet lines I need to draw you on. The good thing about each of these is that they are generally pretty inconsequential. We're not talking about people who are winning games. We're not talking about, MVPs or anything like that. They're things you can bet on separately. I've got 6 lines where it's either an opinion or a number. And don't even need to go into a heap of opinion on what. But this is something that I've prepared every year. I've got some opinions on for most of the guys here, I think it's pretty much just Nick who's going to be new to it this year. Fellas, you all did it last year. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Do it.
Nick, do you know what you're in for?
Bring it on.
No idea.
No idea. Okay, well, I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to throw it to you because you're the rookie here, and take a minute to think about it. But the first prop bet I'm going on is how many yards will the first drive of the game go for? We're playing nearest the pin, and it doesn't matter if you're over or under. Whoever gets nearest to the amount of yards the first drive goes for.
By either team?
I don't care.
So just first drive of the game.
Someone's kicking off, the other team gets the ball. How far does that ball travel before they're stopped or score?
You know what? I'm going to go for a slow start. 3 yards.
Oh!
Oh,
Back marker. Okay. I'm going to throw to Brad next. Let's go, Brad.
wow. All right. I'm going to go the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm going 75 yards.
Top and tails. Oh, Brad, I love you. Taylor, you're the gambler. Let's put you in next, mate.
I'll go 70 because doesn't it go to the 30 on a touchback?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
going
you think
for
it's
it.
give me a score on the first drive from a touchback? Hey, let's go to MANJOT, student of the game.
Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna pick based on what you guys like. We've got 4 on different ends of everything. I'm leading a bit more to Nick's side. I'm gonna go 15 yards on the first drive.
Oh my gosh, 3 and 15. 70 and 75. Ian, you know I'm coming to you next. You want me to throw mine in before you go?
No, you're right. I can do
I
it.
picked my number already. I've got all my numbers in just for the shits and gigs. Do you want me to go?
Go, Matty, go.
I threw in 61.
Okay. That's closer to what I had.
Stop him for a field goal, pop it over.
Yeah, I'm going to go that even if it's a touchback off the kickoff, it'll be 52 yards.
52. That's a good number. Okay, so
And then an
Ian,
Elliott field
52.
goal. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So
Brad 75, Taylor 70, Nick 3, MANJOT 15, Matty C 61. Okay. Next one, and I'm going to go the other way. Hey, Ian, I'm going to start with you. What is the margin between the two teams at halftime? I don't care who's winning. Just tell me what's the difference between those two scores at halftime.
at halftime, 6 points.
6. I already threw in 3. MANJOT, what have you got?
I'm actually going to go for 10.
10. Ooh, double score. Okay. Bradley.
1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Hey, Nick, what do you got?
13.
Oh, Nick, you're the best. Taylor?
0.
Oh!
Going for
Flat
that.
out.
What is this?
I
How
was
much fun
thinking
is this?
I was thinking tie, and then I thought about Mahomes and every Super Bowl he's trailed by 10 points. Just saying.
Jeepers. Okay. Gee, that's a myriad. So just quickly, Taylor 0, Bradley 1, Matty C 3, Ian 6, MANJOT 10, Nick 13. You guys are the best. I love you all. Next one, 3 simple actions. Doink, double doink, no doink. Don't care if it goes in or not. It's just, is there a doink, a double doink, or no doinks? I'm going to go to, Taylor first.
No.
No doinks.
It's boring
Ian.
as fuck, but I'm going to say no.
Yeah. Ian.
Doink always.
Doink. Okay. Brad.
I'll take a bag full of doinks.
Double. Daily double. MANJOT.
Oh, man. I'm going to say no doink.
No doink. I said no doink. Nick?
No doink.
No doink. So we've got 4 no's. Brad with the double, Ian with the doink. Oh, fuck. I hope one of you guys get it. I really do.
So, what's
Okay.
a double? Is the double where it hits both of them at the same time, like the best
No, just
one,
two,
right?
just off the post twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off
What
any
if it's
post
2 posts?
So it would usually end up being like post and then crossbar for a double.
Yeah, like the Bears one. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it would
has to-
hit and then drop.
Really, the explanation is in the name. Doink, doink. Right?
Yeah. No, I'm just making sure.
It's
on the fucking label. That's what's in the bottle. Okay?
onomatopoeia,
right
Matty. Onomatopoeia.
The odds I thought I was going to hear that today, fucking extraordinary. Ian, you're the best. Okay, this one is just a straight out number. How many punts in the game?
Ooh.
How many punts? Both
nice.
teams combined. Matty C went for 7. I'm going to throw straight to Nick.
Let's go with 5.
5 total punts. Ian.
Let's go with just first feeling 8.
8. Taylor.
4.
4. Bradley.
6.
6. Fuck, we've all taken unique numbers. No pressure, Manjot. Say 13 or something.
I was going to go 6, but Brad ruined the Manjot in the middle moment.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with 2 punts.
They don't have to be unique. You can pick any number you like. You can join somebody else.
All right, I'll go 6.
Don't have to be unique.
Go in the middle. I'll go in the middle with Brad, 6.
6, okay. They don't have to be unique. Okay, now these two are opinion-based, so it's not so much about numbers. They're more about you tell me something that you feel like you know. First one is Gatorade bath for the winning coach. What colour? I'm going to kick to Brad first.
Gatorade.
Oddly enough,
You're a coach.
I read something about this, and they were saying that it's like one of the most bet on things.
Yep.
And most of it's like $10-$20 and stuff. But then when they get had some instances where they've had like over $1,000, and the most any one sports bet will take is like 1,100 or whatever. And then they actually did an investigation into like, was it insider knowledge? So
I bet.
For what it's worth. Purple, that's the stock standard.
Purple.
That's what it was last time when they won. So I think Andy Reid's a little superstitious. So I think they're going to stick with the purple.
Purple's delicious, by the way. It's my favorite color to drink. Hey, Ian, I know what your favorite color to drink is from the squash court days, but someone's going to win the Super Bowl. What are you doing?
That's where I'm going, Matty. I was going to squash court, yellow-green.
It's going 11 line.
Oh.
Come on. I'm joining you on that one. So no surprises on my pick there. Let's throw to Manjot. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm actually with Brad on this one. I was going red purple. There's a toss-up between that and the lime green.
Purple? Done. Hey, let's go to Nick.
Orange.
Orange. And Tay?
Purple for me too.
Purple. We've got a lot of purple in there. I love that. Couple of yellows and an orange. We're all going to be fucked when it's red. Last one. I want to test your knowledge of pop culture, everyone, because, I don't know, so many of us are over 40 and have no fucking idea who anyone is in the world anymore. And the other young people, I don't know, they've got the plethora to choose from. So what I want to know is, which celebrity is Taylor Swift going to invite into the box? You can't pick somebody whose last name is Mahomes because Brittany Mahomes is already there. But which bona fide celebrity in their own right will come along? I understand that last year there was somebody who I don't know who this person is, but her name was Ice Spice. My 10-year-old told me that. This is why I think it's a good one. I have no idea who these people are.
God.
And I'm going to go with who's the youngest person here. We're going to go in age order. Youngest person here, you go first.
God.
I'm pretty sure that's me. I think me and Nick deciphered that we're the two youngest. So
Yeah.
I am younger than Nick. So just want to say, yeah. In terms of celebrities, I
Who's
think
in the box with Taylor?
I think the safest one here, because she's already been in there before with Taylor, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
God.
Yeah.
Now, can you just quickly explain for those who don't know who Caitlin Clark is? I do, which is rare,
Yeah.
but can you explain who that is?
First overall pick in the WNBA 2024 draft by the Indiana Fever, and just superstar of women's basketball. That's just who she is. Most known women's basketball player out there.
No one has ever scored more points in college women's basketball than Caitlin Clark.
Legend.
Who's the next oldest here, Nick?
Does Jason Kelsey count?
Ooh.
Good point.
No,
I ruled out people named Mahomes. I guess because they're married, let's rule out Kelsey's.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Couldn't get the loophole. Okay. Geez. Let's go with... I don't think it's someone she would be friends with. I want to go something left field. Probably no one's going to know, maybe except for Manjot, who this is, but I'm going to go with Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, I was thinking you're going to go that too.
I'm trying to think of someone that is a singer. I've got a feeling it could be someone that's like a singer as well. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, shit. Well, the next youngest person is clearly Taylor.
I want to go Blake Lively.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I need you to explain who this is. The Sabrina Carpenter one. Well, my children have explained that to me recently, but who is this person?
She's been at a game. I can't remember if it's a Super Bowl or not, but they're definitely friends. It's Ryan Reynolds. Well, I'll say it's Ryan Reynolds' wife. But she was on I can't remember what the fucking show was called now. Back in the day. She's known. She's an actor, but yeah, she's kind of known as just being Ryan Reynolds' wife now. But yeah, she's definitely been in the box with her in other games. So, Gossip Girl.
I was waiting for you to get there.
Without us outing each other too much, though, Ian, I'm born in 1982. Are you younger or older than that?
I'm older than you.
Okay, so I've got to go next. And I'd written Sabrina Carpenter down, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm just going to match Nick on this because I understand that this is a person who's a pop star who I think Taylor Swift kind of likes. So that's all I'm going with. I've got no knowledge of this. I understand that you've got an advantage in youth over Brad. That's all I understand. I don't want to out you both, but that's what I get.
Got an advantage in internet over Brad.
We both. I think that the internet existed about the time we were both born, where Brad might not have that advantage. So yes, probably true. Have you got a celebrity you think Taylor Swift might drag into the box?
I was going Blake Lively too. I was waiting for Tay not to get the Gossip Girl reference so I could say it.
You can still go for it. It doesn't matter because all we're going to do is at the end of this, we're going to total it up. Whoever has the most points is crowned the winner. Don't have to be unique.
Brad, do you have someone?
I do.
Okay. Otherwise, I was going to text you someone. Because this is the most random question for you to have to answer.
But I've given him a lot of time to think about it. This is the advantage, is that the young people will just go, oh, slam dunk. But the older people, we may need a minute. So,
yeah, Google.
Blake Lively, you locking in?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a couple of Blake Lively's, a couple of Sabrina Carpenters, and we've got a Caitlin Clark. Hey, Brad, to wrap up our nonsense fantasy show with our prop bets, who's Taylor Swift bringing in the box, mate?
See. Angela Lansbury's taken. So,
Cher got transported back to the 1690s from an adult recently. So she's out.
If Angela Lansbury or Reba McEntire turn up in that box with Taylor.
Fucking Angela Lansbury's going to be looking worse for wear.
Yeah, she is. She's going to be looking a little ashen. All right.
Oh my god!
Who I want to be in there with her, and who I think will be who I want. I would love to see Trump in there with her. But I think
that would be the best.
She would kick him in the nuts. So who do I think's going to be in there? Surprisingly, I do know this person. Not know personally, but I know Lana Del Rey.
Oh,
dang!
Great pick.
Wow.
That's a good pick. That is a good pick. That's a good pick.
I can thank my daughter, my 20-year-old daughter, for that.
Thank you, 20-year-old daughter. Okay, so we've got a Caitlin Clark from MANJOT, we've got a Lana Del Rey from Brad, and then we're doubling up. Nick and I on Sabrina Carpenter, and Blake Lively is between Ian and Taylor. Just a quick recap on this one too, because the Gatorade flavors we went a bunch of purples, Brad and MANJOT. and Taylor have all gone purple. Matty and Ian on yellow. Gatorade for the winning coach. Nick with orange. By the way, how many punts? Ian with 8, Matty with 7, Manjot and Brad with 6, Nick with 5, Taylor with 4. And then how many doinks? Most of us have said no doinks, but I love this. Ian's gone for a doink and Brad's gone for a double. Our halftime margin, Taylor reckons knotted up. Brad 1 point, Matty C 3 points, Ian 6 points, Manjot 10 points, Nick 13 points. And then our yards on the first drive. Nick, I love this. 3 yards. Just it's all stuffed. Whoever starts with it is just punting it away almost immediately. Manjot, not much better than that. A first down, 15 yards, punt it away. And then the numbers start getting big. Ian, 52 yards. Matty C, 61 yards. And then Taylor and Brad, these smell like touchdowns, 70 and 75 yards. Mate, combined between this and our fantasy teams, I think we've got a lot of people covered for things to do on the Super Bowl that have to do with having a laugh, having a punt, having some fun. There are plenty of great resources out there as well. If you want to do a bingo card, this is a great place to start. Also, some of our fantasy players are a great place to start. But I think the big message here is from our first show, we're fucking serious about what's going to happen on the field. From this show, oh, fuck, it is fun. It's a spectacle. Enjoy it. Ian, you're looking forward to enjoying this game?
I am, actually. I am looking forward to enjoying the game. I will sit, hopefully, and be able to watch it. Depends what goes on with life between now and then.
Yeah, you got a bit on.
But I'm hoping to be able to get in and sit down and watch it. I do have the day off, so I am one of the millions in Australia, as Manjot pointed to in our last episode, who take the day off for Super Bowl. So I will be doing that.
Did you fill out the ESPN sickie certificate? Because I did. I've got a cough louder than a kookaburra's laugh on Monday.
No, I just took annual leave, an annual leave day that I'd planned about 3 months ago, because we're an NFL podcasting group here, and we know when the Super Bowl is, and we know that we're going to be watching it.
Okay, fair enough. But nothing's more Aussie than chucking a sickie, mate. Brad, did you chuck a sickie?
No, unfortunately, I have to keep my sick days alive and well. So I'm going to go media. I'm going to go media blackout. So we'll see. I've got a pot of chili. I'll have cooking up all day. And,
oh yes,
Brad, come on.
So,
Super Bowl, you're going to have a bad bowl after that.
Yeah.
The pooper bowl.
Super bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be the punishment bowl. So that's for sure.
Especially if the Eagles win. Oh, that's just going to be all over the chocolate.
Yeah.
Salty. It'll be salty.
Yeah.
Brad does this amazing thing where he's able to do full media blackouts around Super Bowl, and I commend you for it, Brad. I don't know how that's possible.
Bravo.
Thanks. It's challenging, but as long as I don't have any kids spoiling it for me.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say.
That's the biggest part.
That is the biggest part for you, where you're shaping the youth of Australia to be better than the Eshays they currently are.
Yes.
That one of the little brats doesn't just blurt out the score to you during the day.
Little bastards,
Exactly.
Take your skateboard and fuck off, mate.
You just hear someone at the back of the class going, "Oh my god, it's in overtime." You go, "Shut up!
I'm going to kill you."
Oh. Mr. Cummins, there was 5 punts.
Yeah.
Maybe
Michael wanted 6.
The old days, Brad. And I'm talking like the 80s and 90s when I was in school. Our teachers would usually make a game of it. They revolve around the Super Bowl. So it'd be like if we were to do lines here, you'd have kids track game and who got what touchdowns, and it'd give you an excuse to roll the old TV. The old LCD TV screen in on the cart and plug it in. Yes. And our kids, we're just going to watch the Super Bowl, and I want you to track these figures for me through
I love it. Yep. Absolutely.
Jesus God, LCD. Ian, your school was a bit fancy than mine. We had those cathode beam ones. So
right, exactly.
We had that.
And the television had depth as well as width and height.
Yeah. Well, that's why they were on those carts usually. It took two of us to
Yeah,
push
they
them.
were. They were the depth of a VCR. That was the thing.
Well, I had bigger than that at some point.
Hell yeah. Hey,
Old VCR. The old VCR.
Nick, how are you spending the Monday?
I got it off as well. I always book it off now. Ever since I've left school, like every Super Bowl, taking off, spend annual leave day. But no, just actually at my cousin's house for the day. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. Always look forward to it. It's the best day of the year. Unfortunately, it's two teams that you sort of don't like, but it's still, regardless, the best day of the year.
Two teams Taylor loves. Mate, how are you spending the day?
Going down to Shelley's with my brother and my dad. We booked a table down there, so that was put on a feed and give you a couple of beers with your ticket, so it should be good.
I'll tell you, if Manjot is taking the day off, then I'm not here.
If things go south for me, I might be spending the day with Taylor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Down Shelley's, mate. I've been to Shelley's for Taylor for a feed. It's a good day.
Down to Shelley's.
Down to Shelley's. Hey, Manjot, you're surely taking the day off, mate.
Actually, I'm not. I do.
Whoa.
Okay, so I have to explain myself, but basically,
He said this last week.
yeah. So what happened with me is, basically, I was working full time, and then like I dropped to my part time just to fit around my uni schedule. So, I was taking Monday and Tuesday off like the whole season, and I was debating whether to take the Super Bowl day off or not. And then I was like, nah, I've got classes on Wednesday and Friday starting this week. Should I be a responsible adult, or should I just wait a week and fall behind in class a week? So
Fall behind.
I was falling behind. But don't worry, there'll be ways. I'll watch during my lunch break.
You boys all remember the days where Manjot would be like awake from 2 a.m. watching every game of football. Remember those days, Matty, where Manjot was so tired from watching football that he would fall asleep during your fantasy podcast?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not only do I remember those days, I'm pretty sure I've still got video recordings of him being asleep while Taylor and I continued to talk.
Oh, man. I was thinking about that just then. Because I felt so tired, but then I was just thinking back to that moment. I'm like, can't sleep. I can't get exposed again. Yeah.
When he would come and he'd wake up and come back into the conversation seamlessly, like he'd never left.
Matty C is a magic editor. That's all I got to say.
Those were some rough times, I got to say. I was not getting enough sleep in those times. Yeah, there were some rough things.
We were going to like 1:30 some nights.
Yeah, in Manjot's defense. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some really late nights, but those, any time, like, one day if I get the chance to come back again full time to the fantasy show, I would fucking want to stay up until 2 a.m.
If you get this chance, it's as if you've been locked out, like you're not welcome. If I get the chance,
it's been barred.
Mate, that's a hot seat. Everyone's after that thing.
Yeah,
everyone's after
it's a hot ticket. Yeah. It's a hot ticket.
I'm after that seat, to be honest.
Although we're switching.
When you've been in it.
I'm on G'day Gridiron next year. Anyway, we already talked about
yeah, I forgot about that trade thing we were trying to do.
Turns out I might not be on the fantasy show next year, and we might need you.
Yeah,
it's like the Luka Doncic style of trade. Hey?
No, Nick, no.
I'm not dumb enough to give up Brad. That's for sure. So I'm not trading my number one.
He's the fucking all-star. 100%. You got to keep him. He's the fucking franchise tag, Brad.
Yeah, Nick, you'll be my number one patient press for sure. Don't let Ian call you number two again.
That's all right. I'm in to come over. We'll subdivide it into a 49ers thing. We'll go ham.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. Here we go.
49ers Australia coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for all 6 people to enjoy that. That's going to be fantastic. Most of them are already in the fucking fantasy feed.
Oh, the sad part, Matty, is that
it's the Jackal, it's Jolio Wilson.
Yeah, Jeremy and Ramon in that group chat. Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Oh, we've named all of them now.
That's all right. We'll expand. We'll expand.
The sad part is they would probably get more listens than all of us put together.
Yeah,
Goddamn 49ers fans.
Fair enough. What if we set up a 49ers hate podcast? You reckon it'd be all right?
I could be part of that too. Don't worry. We'll be part of the things I hate about this team too.
Nailed it! Oh my god, suck the land.
By the way, can I just say about teachers? Big shout out to my Year 9 math teacher, by the way, for letting me watch Super Bowl 51 in class. I got to watch the first overtime in Super Bowl history in my math class, and it was like 2 p.m. Shout out to my math teacher in Year 9, by the way. So, yeah, and
by name.
Miss White. Yeah, shout out Miss White.
Miss White. James White scores a touchdown. Come on.
Yeah,
Subscribe and follow Mrs. White.
Toaster White. Oh man, yeah. I remember back in those days when I had like Android tablets and shit. Fuck, those things did not last the whole day. So I had to watch off a friend's phone. Shout out to my friends who let me watch off their devices.
By name?
By name?
Oh gosh, who was it? I'm forgetting. I think it's named Fred or something. Yeah, shout out Fred. Yeah,
Fred.
Let's go.
Real good friend.
Fred.
Yeah.
We got Fred and Miss White, the two most nondescript names ever.
MVP.
All right, and there was
two most pivotal people.
Yeah, my English teacher almost sold. She took my tablet during English class, gave it back to her for lunch.
Miss Lansbury, fuck her.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Brad Wood, yeah.
Probably I would too. I don't know.
Oh man!
All right, this is descended into madness, Matty.
How are the rails? By the way, if you want anything Aussie Gridiron Network, if you're stuck with us this long, you can find it at the mothership. We call it linktree/Aussie Gridiron Network. You can find everything that the guys do on G'day Gridiron, every show we've ever done in fantasy world as well. Can you believe there's over 500 episodes there? Go back and find fantasy teams we've picked in the past. I did that recently and it was hilarious. You can also find everything Manjot does through Aussie Gridiron Today and Pastry Press NFL. You find it through the YouTube as well. You can get that at Linktree, but you can also find it at YouTube/Pastry Press NFL. Just bash that into any search engine. It will come up in spades. Fellas, I want to thank all of you for an incredible season here. We will do a recap next week, but then, oh my gosh, we're going to be free agents after that. And I want to thank you now because this is the end of the analysis part. After that, we get into all the shits and gigs, but the analysis part has been fantastic. And I want to thank all of you individually. Ian, who has been a terrific host of the G'day Gridiron. He filled in for me for a couple of weeks when I was indisposed through the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show season. He's done a heap in the background to make the Aussie Gridiron Network what it is today, especially around engagement with things like giveaways. Ian, your contributions are invaluable. Thank you so much, mate.
Thanks, Matty.
Hey, most welcome. Of course, Nick Cosme, he is a player in leagues in Australia. He is also an analyst of NFL. He's an analyst in terms of fantasy as well. You do everything, mate, and we're very appreciative of all you bring to us in every facet that you do. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's been a wonderful debut season.
Yeah, we're so glad you're through the rookie season. No more hazing. You'll be a veteran like the rest of us now.
Who said no more hazing?
Yeah, okay. Well, we need a new rookie. That's all I'm saying.
No, we're just going to...
Is it Isaac? Are we going to make him eat a steak through his helmet? Is that what we're going to do? Nick knows all these. Drink a beer through his helmet, all of them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because we're Australian, the shoeies.
Shoey through your helmet. Hey, Brad, coach extraordinaire, by the way. This guy has been one of the greatest coaches in not only South Australian football history, he was a great commentator down there, who's now in Queensland, does amazing things in the Queensland League. And, mate, you bring a perspective of someone who's grown up with the game and then has come here and lived a really damn Aussie life, you poor bastard. But thank you so much for everything you contribute to the show in every aspect you do.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. The real winner is football.
Well, I don't know. I think we're all winners from getting your perspective in all the ways we do. But thank you so much for all the hours you contribute to this, given that you're also educating a nation of people who are going to have to be decision makers in the future in your day job. So thank you for all you do, mate.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And, of course, we need to pivot to the great voice of Australian Gridiron, of course, the man who is behind everything that happens in the Pastry Press NFL, and my co-host on not just what we do commentary-wise with the Australian Gridiron in the ACT, but also everything that Manjot does with Aussie Gridiron Today. Mate, it has been a pleasure having you on Everything to Do with all our shows all season long.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I've definitely, I have to admit, I miss you boys a lot, and this playoff series was amazing. Just made me realize how much I enjoy podcasting with you boys, and one day I hope to make it happen again. Just my life is chaotic, and hopefully one day it calms down. I can start podcasting with you all regularly again. But in the meantime, going to keep the patient press strong. And there'll be a lot more coming out this off season. Let me tell you, there's a lot coming out. Even this week, check out that Patient Performer show, Patient Performer of the Year Awards show. Yes, as
You
well.
got to catch that. You can't miss that. Right?
Yeah, you cannot. It's a great show.
Cannot miss that. And of course, my partner in crime all season long, this man has actually done more to drive the success of the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show this year than everybody in the world combined. I think you've put a lot of time and effort into crafting episodes, into helping just get the run of the show. You were instrumental in bringing on so many new voices through the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show and conglomerating them into a chat where we actually spend a lot of time talking with some of these great voices all the time. It's an ever-expanding world of fantasy football in Australia, mainly thanks to this man, Taylor Goodall. I give you a lot of shit through the year, but mainly it comes from a place of respect. Sometimes it doesn't, but mainly it does. And thank you for everything you do. And here we are at the end of the 5th season. How do we do it?
Mate, the shit's warranted. I completely understand that. But, mate, yeah, thanks for everything. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I've obviously talked about it a lot when we were sort of wrapping up the fantasy show for the regular season. But, like, the idea to have all these people come on and in the group chat, it would have only worked if the people were involved and they got themselves involved and, had a chat or got themselves onto the show when they said they were going to, or, had different opinions, and they had all that in spades. It was so amazing hearing a different voice every single week. And, it's really interesting to hear, like, people out there in Australia and just around us that everyone's got such, a love for the game of gridiron that I honestly can see this growing and growing as we move forward. So thanks so much, boys, for this, obviously this playoffs between us and the AGN, but I just want to thank everyone again that's come onto the podcast, whether it was once, twice, 3 times, whatever, really made what this season was. And I can't wait to go from strength to strength next year.
I'm going to give a quick shout out to the guys who came on the show. Kevin, week 1. Brendan McNeely in week 2. Pete Neal in week 3. Brendan Long in week 4. Nick, who's here with us tonight in week 5. Of course, Kieran Goodall, who shares the same surname as Taylor. I'm sure they're not related in week 6. Benny Jones, the Arse Man in week 7. Joel Wilson in week 8. Courtney Ward, who I kept on calling Courtney fucking Walsh, that poor bastard, in week 9. Brad, who's with us tonight in week 10. Kev again in week 11. The poor prick had to come back twice. Quinny in week 12. Adam O'Grady in week 13. Double up with Rams because Isaac Coonerty was in week 14. Ian, who's here with us tonight in week 15. Josh Viggers in week 16. And Manjot, who's with us here tonight, rounding it all out in week 17. It is just my pleasure that we've had so many people on. And, mate, from where we started this show, I'm just so pleased with everything that's gotten to and the way this network has blossomed. And it is all tribute to you fellas for doing so much hard work. So thank you so much. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And we're going to get out of here. I'm going to finish with my traditional hooroo. We'll go around the grounds first, though. Manjot, give us a farewell.
Thank you, everyone.
Bradley, give us a farewell.
Love you guys. Thanks a lot for this.
Nick, give us a farewell.
Thank you all, and hopefully we have a good game.
Yeah. Taylor, give us a farewell.
Nico Harrison, jam it up your hole because you stole my soul. Thanks, everyone.
Have a great one.
Sorry, Ian, I didn't expect that. I was hoping you'd have a big finish.
No. See you later.
See you later. And from Angela Lansbury, hooroo.
Aussie Queen.